Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest. As you can see, I've been clear cutting this lot down. Still got some trees standing up that need to be cut, but overall, we're getting there. I know I said I was going to have probably all these trees into the mill and have been processed, but in the process of doing this job, I think my plans are changing just a little bit. I said we were going to, save up to buy the rest of the map next, and no, we're gonna change plans. So just like as we sold the trailer at the end of last episode, this Deutz, along with the trailer that we had, has kind of done its purpose for the most part. The Deutz is still performing as it did in the beginning. It's just that as I get further and further away from the mill, the trek back and forth is just taking longer and longer and longer. So going at sometimes 4 miles an hour, depends on the terrain, up to 8 miles an hour, it's been fine. But now that we sort of got the money, I think it's a good idea to probably make our, I don't want to say our first purchase, but definitely something I've been looking forward to using. It's something we'll be using quite a bit on this map for sure. I'm not too worried about the money situation anymore, of course. We do have $260,000, as you can see, in the bank account. I think, doing some quick math, I got like $180,000 worth of material ready to be sold out of the sawmill. Kind of hard to tell from our stock market page because of the other sell point giving us ridiculous price amounts. But I'm guessing around $180,000 is what we got in there. And with all the trees I got left, yeah, I think I can purchase what we're going to here after I deliver these 2 trees, and then also be able to forward the rest of the map. But we do have the other lot down the road with a whole bunch of trees into it, so I'm not too concerned if I run short on money on this lot. We still got another lot to go, but if it were to come to that, I don't want to be using the Deutz going all the way down the road. I say all the way down. It's just, you can kind of see a whole bunch of where the road twists and turns down there. That's where the other lot is, and having to drag, this is what it can do with 2 25-meter trees behind it, so 50 meters worth of trees behind it. On the side where trees were originally on the map, those are 35-meter spruce trees. I cannot do 2 of those trees at a time. I have to do 1 at a time. So, yeah, moving forward, I think getting something that can haul these a little bit better. It's not going to be the tractor that was for sale. Something that we could look at in the future. Let's go ahead and put those trees into there. And let's go ahead and park the Deutz just around the corner here. Alright, let's go ahead and make ourselves a purchase, and I'm hoping it does what it should be able to do. We shall see. Oh yeah, and rain should be here momentarily. Probably by the time I get back with what we're buying, it'll be raining. So we're going to trucks, and the mod we're going to be using is the TLX Phoenix Winter Wolf, made by 82 Studios. And that should be in the mods link down below. So you can see the base price is like $130. But we're going to change a few things up. Not too much of this part here. I like the looks of the truck the way it is right there. The wheel brands, I'm going to keep all that. Special editions, I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, Silver Bullet. So, let's see, do I want the Silver Bullet? I think the Black Bell looks nice. But the Copperhead, for some reason, I don't know why. I may want to try the Copperhead. We can always change it in the future. It costs nothing. So, visors, there's options for visors. I'm going to keep it the way it is. Strobe lights. I don't think we really need strobe lights, but it's only going to cost $1,000. But it will add strobe lights into the grills, so that's why I want to try to give it a go. I think we'll go with X strobe lights. Chassis height. I don't think it's going to matter, but we're going to get ourselves the highest chassis possible. Probably make it more top heavy, so not the best thing. Lighting, what does that do? Visors, no visors. I don't really see much of a difference, so we're going to keep it at 0. Mirrors, it'll put mirrors on the fenders or on the hood. I'd rather not do that. So the exhaust, let's go over to the exhaust here. And let's go ahead and get ourselves... I think we're in, I'm in the U.S. I'm going to go that way. This is what I was looking for, the type of exhaust that we want here. Since we're doing forestry, we're just going to go with stacks. You can get, there's a whole bunch of options there. The winch, that is what we're looking for. We definitely want the winch. And there we go. So a stat that I haven't pointed out to you, but you may have seen, horsepower, 882. I think there's actually other options you can, if I keep scrolling through, you can get more horsepower than this as well. But I think 882 is sufficient enough. And I'm trying to keep the price down because we're up to 136,000. Not that I don't have the money, but, you know, just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. As for paint jobs, there's a different paint job that we can definitely go with. There's camouflage, but I want to stick with orange because on Silver Run, our truck was orange, and it'd be easier to find in the wilderness because if I do camouflage, it might be harder to see. So we got ourselves the winch. I think we're all set. Top speed 83 miles an hour, so that's way faster than I think I need to go. But this should perform better than what the Deutz is doing, I hope. So yeah, 136,782. I am kind of hoping. It has a PTO shaft in the back, but the one thing I was kind of hoping, but I don't think it's going to work, is there a trailer hitch I can put in the back of that so I can go up and down the road with our auto-loading trailer? Oh my god, I still use the Deutz for that. Chassis height, lighting, mirrors, exhaust, winch. We got the winch. I mean, is there more than just... Oh, we can do winch on the front and back? Yeah, we'll do that just in case. It doesn't add too much to the price, maybe $1,000 more, something like that. I don't. The one thing I didn't check, but I thought about it just before I started recording is, oh, you know, it'd be great if I could hitch up to the trailer. We'll see if we can. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to, but we won't know until we actually get there. So 138,282. Let's give that a buy. And yeah, it's raining. That's fine. There we go. There, the door. Oh, the door opens and closes. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, look at them stacks. Okay, maybe not the best for the environment, but she's a beast. So I did drop us down to 122. We need 411 or 412,000 to buy the rest of the map, but we're going to have some money. Ooh, a little Jake brake action there. Sounds really good. I don't think I'm going to be able to hitch up to this, but I might be surprised. Oh, we can. Alright, so I didn't see the pin there, but this is even better. I mean, the Deutz has been fabulous for what it's been doing. But honestly, yeah, this is going to be a huge upgrade. Now, the thing is, can I actually fit between here? I think so. Okay, kind of. Kind of. Now let's pick up what we can pick up here and let's start to make some of our money back, shall we? Yeah, more stuff will spawn. Yeah, the autoloader works alright, but sometimes the way it stacks, it won't restack a second level. Now, what was the top speed in the Deutz? Like 24, 25? Yeah, so this is definitely going to speed up the process here on Oceanside for us. So, of course, we'll be using this truck with our logging trailer when we get that. And moving things around, which basically is logs. But also, as now we can see, it'll be great for getting our product on down to the sell point. So all this that we're selling right now, this is what I've been bringing to the sawmill for the past, let's see, how long have I been? I think I cut down about 63 trees as well. Let's see here, 63 trees, and oh, I've been on here for an hour and a half. Okay, so I've been, yeah, working for an hour and a half, cutting down trees. And the Deutz, like I said, the further I was getting away from the sawmill, it was like, it's time to get the truck, and I hope, and it should work, where I can use the winch on this and drag maybe more than 2 trees at a time, and with the horsepower, should be a little bit quicker as well. Let me go ahead and sell what we have in the sawmill. Very good mod, 82 Studio. Like I said, the link should be in the description, in the mod description below. and it's the TLX Phoenix Winter Wolf. And there's many more options as well. We can also do dump trucks. So if we ever need like snow plowing in the winter, which we might do. I can't double stack these. There's some pallets I can double stack and some that I can't. Alright, well, we'll sell all this stuff. It should get us back up to maybe $250,000, I'm guessing. Somewhere in there, like I said, with our stock market page, it's kind of hard to tell with the shipyard sell point offering so much money for the wood chips and planks. But we're not allowed to sell there because, yeah, the price is just way too much. And I'm playing on hard economy. If you're playing on easy economy, they're going to be offering like, what, $12,000 for wood chips? That's insane. I've been wanting to use this truck for a while, and I was like, yeah, but I want to use it on a forestry map where I want to do forest. And this is kind of one of the Let's Plays I've been talking about, trying to find the right map and the right setup and what I want to do. And I was trying to find a hard combination to actually work on a forestry map. When I ended Silver Run, a few people had made a comment like, oh, get onto the forestry map and actually let's do some forestry work. Which is kind of tricky to do in Farming Simulator because forestry is kind of like a love-hate relationship. You either love, doing it and watching it, or you just don't want nothing to do with it at all. And I love it for a while, and then, it gets, once it gets repetitive, I want to do some farming. And that's where I kind of came up with the idea of, let's go to a forestry map and, pretty much start with forestry, but turn it into a farming map if we can. Which I was going to try to do on Silver Run, but that terrain on Silver Run was not very friendly to do so. Alright, let me go ahead, let me get all this stuff sold here. And we're going to be using this Winter Wolf truck a little bit more. I should say a little bit more. A lot more. We're going to keep the Deutz around, though. The Deutz is a good tractor. Not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but we'll keep it there. Well, I will say I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would. We're almost up to 300,000, and I still got more pallets that's spawning. It looks like we're just about out, so this should be the last strip. This truck is fabulous, a great mod. With all the strobe lights on, the headlights. Got plenty of working lights on this vehicle, so working in the dark probably be a little bit better. Kind of like if you saw in Hinterland, I did have the Volvo, which comes with the Platinum DLC. That doesn't have much for working lights at all. Can I grab the ones over there? Kind of. Well, we're just going to leave those two there. I'm not going to shift around too much, but let's get on down to the sell point. This will definitely push us over 300,000. And then it's time to start dragging, well, the trees that got cut down over to the sawmill. And I think it's going to do rather well. So much so, I think we'll be able to buy the rest of the map today. And then we can really just focus on buying equipment, buying buildings, and start building ourselves a chicken farm. At some point, I will put down the firewood production building. But honestly, the sawmill is just going through the woods so quick. So the firewood production is just going to be for funsies. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have to upgrade the sawmill at all. But then again, I haven't really started bringing down like a full load of logs with a logging trailer. That's going to come after we buy ourselves a tree harvester. Because I don't want to have to delimb all the trees as I cut them. I just want to cut the trees, drag them on down. But as you can see, the amount of money we're making is, and as fast as we're making it, I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about, being a long process before we get to having ourselves a tree harvester and a logging trailer. I'm just kind of curious, is it be able to hitch up to this as well? Oh, okay. That says, yeah, so what am I going to do with the Deutz at this point? I'm not too sure. I'll keep it around. So with the Deutz, Yeah, I was able to drag 2 trees and haul them at roughly 4 to 8 miles an hour, depending on how well I was getting grip with the Deutz. So I do hope this works, but I expect it to. I didn't test it. I just saw the winch, so I was like, yeah, this should work out just fine. All right, now just gotta drive it forward because the cable can only go so far from the first tree. There's those 2, and I assume I can grab. Yeah, this is not really a problem. The only thing that can happen once in a while are the trees get stuck on stumps. Can I? Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to get them all lined up. That's not going to reach for sure. Oh, that one does reach. Whoops. Sorry, didn't want to grab the tree. Didn't have to. How long are these cables on this one? Oh, these are... Oh, they modded that to go a lot longer than the base game one. Oh, wow. This is going to be great. Hang on a second. How far? All right, so that's even better. Yeah, we'll just take the 3 trees for now. Yeah, so this is already... I mean, the Deutz at best would do 7 miles an hour. This is doing, you know, in the mid-30s. The only problem is the trees do tend to have a mind of their own when you're dragging them with a cable. So just be a little bit aware of that. But yeah, this is... I'm glad I went this route. I'm probably not in the zone. I'm not used to having them slide around. No, they're not in the zone. Alright, now I just got to use... The Deutz wasn't a problem. I was only doing 8 miles an hour. So, you know, getting them into the drop zone was relatively easy. Just gotta be a little bit more gentle with the Winter Wolf. Nope. Oh, I see. I keep picking up the cable. So in order to release the cable, there. Now I can come over here and put the wood on in. Perfect. So this is show you, because I'm not sure if we've been down here yet. I don't think we've really been anywhere other than the harbor and up to our first lot that we bought. But our next lot is just a little bit ways on down the road. Like I said, it wasn't too far, but if I was going to use the Deutz and hauling trees a little bit at a time, that would take a while. So this is the same thing I did, like I said, in episode 1. The 2 lots that we bought are technically farmlands. This was just a plowed field, and I painted in a forest ground and planted in some trees so they could be harvested. I wanted it to be an entire forest map. I didn't want any farmland anywhere, so it's pretty much, we got to clear-cut trees in order to make farmland. One thing I did think about, though, is when we buy the rest of the map, we do have the power lines which do not have trees near them, which in real life they wouldn't. So technically, once I buy the rest of the land, we could probably get a crop in. But of course, we can't lease anything on the series. That's a restriction we do have. Calendar. September, October is when I can plant wheat or barley. So, yeah, buying the rest of the map by the end of this month would be kind of nice. And then, I did not know this had a PTO shaft on the back, but I could probably just buy ourselves a cultivator and quote-unquote plow in a field. And then we could start planting and have a crop ready for next year. All right, now that I know that this cable can reach kind of far, it reaches very far. Let's go ahead and hitch up to this tree here. Then I want to hitch up to that tree there. And then, can we reach this tree here? I don't think I'll be able to reach any other trees. Yeah, so the trees will get stuck on the stumps. So, as we did last episode, is that tree going to fling around? I'll push it, there we go. As we did last episode, every 100 trees that we cut down, we'll have to pay $5,000 for Billy, I guess. to come in here and do some stump clearing. So we're not quite there yet. We're at 63. Trying to get the trees in the trigger area. You just got to get a little bit of the tree in the trigger area, then it'll take the whole tree. Good, it took them all. Perfect. I love how that door, the driver's door, opens and closes as you get in and out. It's pretty cool. I quickly just got on the test map. I got this truck on it. I'm like, yep, this is the truck we got to use. It's been in my mods folder forever, and and for some other reason, I just decided not to use it. I kind of regret it now a little bit. This truck is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and we will strap you there, and hopefully you can reach over to here. Yeah, so if it gets to the point to where we get all the trees off this lot and I don't have enough money to do whatever, definitely this truck would help us out on the other lot, dragging the trees on down here. Not an issue at all. Alright, that's not going to be in the trigger. Alright, let me go ahead and I'm going to get the rest of the trees I have cut down into the mill. And then we'll probably do a little bit more selling. So we're looking for another, well, only another $100,000. So not that much more. Well, just for fun, I used super strength and I piled some trees together because I want to see how this truck actually does, and is there a limit to how many trees you can put up to the winch. And right now I got 6 trees. I think there's 6 trees there tied to the back of the winch. I don't know if there's a weight limit. So like the winch that we're using for the Deutz, I think there's an 8-ton limit on that cable. I don't know what the strength is of this cable. It may have said it when I was in the store. But it is getting kind of hard to get these trees. Oh, these trees are going to line up. Are they all going to get in there? They might all be in there. They keep sliding out towards the road. Yeah, they took them all. Made the screen skip for a second. I think we got a good amount there. So maybe I'll try... Do I have $100,000 worth of material there? Is the question. Let's see, we got 13. Probably not. Not quite there yet. It's kind of hard to tell with the planks because the shipment yard is offering way too much for them. So I'm going to keep on bringing the rest of the trees on over. I think I'll just bring them on all over and let the sawmill do its thing. And I'll probably see you around 4 o'clock. I think that's when the rain stops. And we'll start selling some stuff. And fingers crossed, we'll have another 100,000. But I think we should be able to with the amount of trees I got here. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and the rain has stopped. And most of the trees are into the sawmill. I think I got one more tree, which is right there that I can cut down. And I got one over there I can drag as well. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Let's see, we'll actually cut it so it falls this way. Definitely have saved myself tons of time by getting this truck and dragging the trees over to the mill rather than using the Deutz. Deutz did a fantastic job at the very beginning, but of course this is doing so much better. Still get the problem once in a while where this may get stuck on that stump, so I may not be able to pull forward, or it does that. Actually, there might be 2 trees here, but they're kind of on the small side. And we'll attach that one to there. And I don't know where the other one is. Is it there? There it is. So we got 3. I don't think there's any other trees. Let's see, is this one on? Nope, so my boundary line is there. So I think I have taken care of all the trees on our property. Yep, that's it. That's all I got on this property for trees. No more trees. As for replanting trees, I might in the future, as I do in most of my series once in a while, we may get some elks, ohms, just to give us some color in the fall time, but in the beginning, probably not going to. And if I do, I may just buy the trees. I may not plant them, because we're going to have plenty of money, I do believe, at some point. I mean, we're doing rather well for us, so the sawmill is doing wonders. If you happen to get this truck, I do realize every once in a while to unattach the winch. Sometimes the game will freeze us for a second. There we go. So, yep, about 3,000 liters. I put the time speed up to times 6. That's because the mill, I was bringing the trees in that quick, basically. So it doesn't matter what the price is. Everything's going to Billy. So let's go ahead and hitch up to our trailer. And let's start selling these so we should be able to afford the rest of the map, which, like I said, is about 410,000 and change. If I do get close enough to these pallets, the autoloader should pick up the other row as well. But if it doesn't, not that big of a deal. Got plenty to spawn here, of course. So this trailer will do two things for us. It's going to be good for autoloading these pallets, but also it's a baling trailer. So we will be doing straw bales for the chicken coops. The chicken coops are going to be using. I am going to be using the enhanced. I think it's called the enhanced animal mod. Kind of similar to what I did in Hinterland. With you know, we got to make sure that the animals are fed. It's not the same mod I use on Hinterland. But we got to make sure the animals are fed, or else they can, you know, die. Offspring can be male or female. So with chickens, we can have roosters or hens. Kind of interesting. And yeah, there's a couple other things, but we'll get to that once we get chickens, which won't be until next harvest season, which will be next season. Because I hope next episode we will be getting into farming. Maybe using this truck to pull some implements, but yeah, we'll be creating some farming fields. I think by the telephone poles, the electric poles, we'll be doing that, and get a field in and get at least a small field of wheat planted this fall. So we're looking for 411,000, which we should not really have an issue getting to. So like I did before, let me go ahead and sell what we have and see what we get up to money-wise. But there's 350, so just another 60,000, which would be 2 more trips down. But I'm sure when I bring it back, we're going to be well over. So maybe, just maybe, we could buy more than just the property today, along with the truck. Can't forget the truck. Things are looking really good coming out of the sawmill. This should be the last trip, I think. We're almost up to $500,000 in the bank account, and we should be able to reach that $500,000 here with this one last trip. Already got 1 hour on the truck that we just bought today, but really, how can you know, this truck has been fabulous already. So of course we got enough to buy the rest of the map. So yeah, money. Ooh, don't tip over that trailer. This trailer can tip over rather easily, I think, if you turn too sharp. So just be aware of that if you start putting planks on there. Or pallets of planks and beams and whatever you have. But that is all the money that we've gotten off that lot of land, and no more trees to cut. So now it's time to move on to the other one. Now the other lot, that is where our farm yard's going to be. So our silos, our sheds, all that. The lot we just cleared off, that's going to be the sawmill, which is already there, of course. The firewood production building, which is rather small, but they'll go there. And then we're going to have all of our chicken coops, along with manure pens got to go there, because with the enhanced animal mod, they will produce manure. And let's see, I'll have to give them some hay, some straw for bedding. So that's why we're keeping straw. But $500,000. Let's go ahead and buy ourselves the rest of the map, shall we? And while we're doing it, I think I'm going to buy something else as well. That's the wrong page. No, that was the right page. Sorry, I'm thinking of store and farmland at the same time. So yeah, we own lots 2 and 3. So lot number 1 is $410,425. Yes, we'll buy that. So now if we, scroll on out, the whole map is ours. The whole land, the whole island's ours. So that leaves us with $95,000. But I think I'm going to come in here. And I'm going to scroll on down to forestry equipment. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to the auto-loading trailers. Where are they? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, do I want the 20 meter? And you know what? The map is relatively kind of, I don't want to say it's flat, but it's flat enough to where I think it's not going to be too much of a problem. It's just going to be like turning corners in tight spaces. But I think we'll be all right. So let's go ahead and we're going to buy this. What's this do? Trailer hitch? I don't think I need a trailer hitch. How about the wheels, though? Can we do something with the wheel setup? Well, they're beefier wheels. And they're just wide tires. License plate, we don't need any. I was going to see, can we match up? Wait, if I press and hold this. Ah, yes, I do have it. The custom color. So we do have an orange truck, so why not try to get orange rims? Well, not quite orange, but it's going to be close enough. I don't want to fiddle around that too much right now. So, $55,600. Let's go ahead and buy that trailer. Alright, so now we got ourselves a logging trailer, so the winch won't need to be used anymore. And the winch was working great. The only couple of issues that I had were, of course, trying to get many trees lined up. Close enough to where all the straps could reach, so I was bringing like 3 trees at best back. And occasionally the trees would get caught on the stumps that are still there because we haven't paid Billy to come in and get more stumps taken care of. Let me drop off that there. So now the trailer will allow me to bring a whole bunch of trees in at once. But in order for the auto-loading trailer to work, I got to make sure I delimb the trees. So every time I cut down a tree, you got to delimb it, which is not that big of a deal. And it will take up to 20 meter trees. But I think most of the trees I threw on the map where the farm fields were, they're going to be 25 meters. So I will have to cut them in half. But not that big of a deal. Ooh. This will not fit under? Okay, it will. If that does become a problem, don't forget, when we bought the truck, I put on the highest height chassis that we could. So if it becomes a problem of hitching up, I can always revert the truck back to a lower height of chassis. So with $40,000 in the bank account, and we own the whole map, now technically, the only thing that would really help us out quite a bit on the harvesting process of trees is a tree harvester itself. So we got to work up for that. But I would like to get some farming in, because I know some of you are probably sticking around till we get to the farming. So I think, remember, we can't lease anything. So unless shallow cultivator used for shallow... how wide is that? That's only a 6 meter. It's only a 6 meter. I will think about that, but I think it'd be better. What's the, and we got some really big cultivators in here, but then again, like I said, I can't lease it, so I would have to buy it outright. And right now, they got 40,000. That's the one that's for sale. That's a 7.5 meter. I think what I'll probably do is 7.5 meter coon. 6 meter. I think what we'll do is come over here to the second lot. I'm going to start cutting down some trees. And we'll load them into the auto loader, bring them to the sawmill, let them process. And I think we'll make enough money so when October comes, we will go ahead and buy a cultivator. And it should be able to hitch on up to... I say it should be able to. We do have a PTO shaft, but no really think 3-point linkage. Alright, something to consider, but we'll have to see how far I have to get. But I'm going to be busy in here with a chainsaw and cutting down trees. Speaking of which, did I get up to 200 trees? No, I'm up to 74. So every 100 trees that we cut down, we'll just delete the stumps and pay off the $5,000 for getting rid of the stumps. $50 a tree is what we're paying. So when I get up to 200, we'll pay it off, and we'll get rid of the stumps at the same time. So I'll be cutting down some trees. But this is where our farmyard is going to be on this lot here. And if we look at the map itself, whoops, you can kind of see where we are. It's not, it's central, left and right, east and west, but we're more north than south, but that's fine. And yeah, then once we get this lot cleared out, I don't actually have to clear it out, but get enough room here to maybe start putting down a shed, a silo, and all that stuff. But then we can kind of figure out where do I want to put the first field, and I'll probably have to get into fly mode. If you remember in episode 1 when I kind of showed all the trees, there were some areas where it's not as clustered with trees, so we'll have to have a good look at it and see where we want to put our first field and get started here. But yeah, on to lot number 2. So, yep, we got the whole map from lot number 1. We got ourselves a beautiful truck, our auto-loading logging trailer. So now let's just start getting some farming equipment and, of course, the tree harvester, which can be, you know, like $350,000, which sounds like a lot, but the sawmill is bringing in, as you have seen. But anyways, that's going to do for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.